So we're back out here at the RM125. This is going to be just a little video on changing gear oil on a dirt bike. This is not just applicable to just this bike, but many other motorcycles as well. Just some of the things to keep in mind, and also just to kind of make another video on our new project here. A couple things before you begin on one of these changes to get the right oil. Look up online or manufacturer specs what oil is right for you. For these vintage, these 90s two-strokes, they recommend 80 weight or 10W40 oil. Guys online kind of argue about which one's better. Really, it just really needs to be a proper oil. Make sure it's by a reputable company. Right here we got some Maxima racing formula transmission lube with their patented clutch saver formula for you. In terms of how much oil you do need, you can look it up online, or the best way to always look is right on the side of your casing, usually right by the kickstart on these older bikes here. Or I'll show you on the DT right there, just to show you on another bike. So always just take a look at what the amount is and what the oil needs to be. In terms of checking it before you start, if you actually just want to know if the oil is any good, you'll have a little plug here. Sometimes also they'll have some bikes will either have just the plug. Some bikes will also have a window usually on the bottom side of the case. This bike does not have a window where you can see in, but take this off. And sometimes they'll have a dipstick on them. This one does not, but you can just dip something. We actually used just a white zip tie, dipped it in, take a look at it, make sure if there's metal chunks in it, you might have more problems than just bad gear oil. If it looks a little watery or, potentially mixed with coolant, there's other issues, but just make sure it's genuinely clean. We're changing the oil on this bike just because we just picked this up over the winter. We're not too sure what type of oil was ever ran through it, so we just want to make sure that everything's been given a once over. Off camera, I did the brake fluid already, so now I'm just getting into doing gear oil. So for this particular bike, it's going to be a 17 mil, and it's located right on the bottom of the engine. Let me get my camera down there. It's right there. Okay, so under the bike, got something to catch it with. Make sure we are going to the left for lefty loosey. Oh, I do have the bikes on a triangle right now, just because our stand doesn't really allow. It does kind of have a window for it, but I'm just gonna crack it loose on its side, and then I'm gonna pick the bike up afterwards. Oh yeah, baby, giggity! What just fell? Ha! The new oil did. She's coming. Nice. So I'm just going to let that go for a little bit, and then I'm going to pick up the bike once it kind of gets to more of a slow drain sort of thing. It's should be 700 milliliters, and then we'll get that fired in. It's actually pretty clean. It's definitely just old. Can't really go off of this oil catch we're using because it's already pretty dirty. Has had fuel in it the past few days and some other things, but it's actually pretty clean oil. Probably didn't need to get changed, but again, this is just kind of a preventative thing. I'm not really sure what most moto guys say about changing the oil. I know on the DT, our street legal dual sport, I think we change it basically once a year. I think unless you run hard moto, I don't know what you should do, but. She's a slow drain, so I'm going to let that go. I'm going to pick the bike up, make sure all of it's out, and then we'll get to measuring out and filling it back up. All right, so it's done dripping now, so we're going to get that bolt back in. There's probably a torque spec for this, but, we don't necessarily believe in that in this household. We've had a few incidents. Ideally tight's tight. You should know not to over tighten. It's a fairly big bolt. I'm just going to, personally, I'm going to treat this like an oil drain bolt in a car. Get it nice and hand tight, but don't start crushing those threads because this is an old engine. We'll get back to you then, and we'll start filling this thing up. Just one more thing. I've just noticed that this does actually have a washer on it, so I guess something to mention if you've ever done some sort of oil change like this or on a car or on any sort of bike. Always make sure that washer's in place. Sometimes I have seen them on cars actually get stuck to the oil pans before. I don't know if that'll ever happen on a dirt bike, but just make sure that washer is in place. There's a reason for it. Don't lose it. I know that some guys, they'll drop these, they'll, slippery fingers, they'll end up in the oil. They'll pick up just the bolt. They'll forget about the washer, and then you'll be chasing a gear oil leak. So just make sure you got that washer in place. So in terms of filling it on the kickstarter, the right side of the bike, usually you're gonna have a fill plug, and typically, as I showed earlier, pull that off, and that's where the fluid is gonna go in. Sometimes these bottles do have like fill lines, kind of similar to oil jugs, but this one does not have any sort of indicator. So what I'm actually going to do is I've noticed that, I got this, pretty sure we've been mixing two-stroke oil in that, like mix oil, so we're not going to use that. However, I did find that we did have one of these brand new. So if you're going to use something, make sure it's a clean receptacle. You definitely don't want water in there. It is a mineral-based fluid. So you do not want to mix any other oils or water. Make sure it's always clean. I'm from the mountain bike world with mineral brake oil, and that stuff gets contaminated really easily. Don't mix up your measuring devices. Let's just say that. Make sure that whatever you're using is a clean measuring device, or it's a measuring device you've only ever ran this sort of stuff through. Okay, so we're going to fill this up. It takes 700 mils, so we'll put a funnel on that. Get back to you when I have it figure my setup out. Alrighty, I finished putting in my oil. We're going to simply get that on camera. Finished doing the oil. Replace the cap. I'm going to check. Okay. Cap's on. Just going to feel around that, make sure there's no leaks. I did actually wipe up the area around that bolt as well, just to make sure there's no leaks. Hands dry, well, hands relatively dry, because, this will be your first time getting mineral-based oil on your fingers. Doesn't like to go away. It's very good at staying on things and making your hands all slippy. But yeah, that's it. So I think off camera here, I'll just fire it up, make sure it's still working properly. All right, so that's basically it. It's honestly one of the easiest jobs you can do on a dirt bike. If you've just picked up something like us where, it's been clearly ridden hard and put away wet, we can't, it's got a Motul lubricant sticker, but that doesn't give it the seal of approval or the authenticity stamp that it really has that in it. Super easy job. Literally, if I wasn't filming this, it would take actual minutes to do. Yeah, so if you have any questions about this bike, or if you want to talk about what I did wrong and all the things that I said were wrong, put them down in the comments. We absolutely love reading them. Yeah, stay tuned. We got more coming on this. If you're here because, you just like watching our content, we got more coming on this bike. We've done a lot of work to it so far. We just got it running and stopped. It just stopped leaking gas yesterday. So that's a good start. But it runs amazing. We got new plastics and a wrap coming for it. And yeah, so stay tuned. If there's any other things you want to see how to do on a bike, maybe like a fluid flush on your rad, or how to repair a gas tank or a petcock that's leaking. We're not very good at that. Don't ask us that. We might do a carb video at one point though. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Click the like, click subscribe, and we will see you at the track.